Hey y'all, do you ever struggle with knowing what to do to teaching your children about grammar and how it is that you can actually get the Charlotte Mason education into your children when it comes around grammar? If so, you're in the right place. I'm Dollie Freeman, and I am the host of the Charlotte Mason Way Show. And today I'm going to be talking to you about a curriculum that you may want to just add into your Charlotte Mason homeschool that will make grammar easy for your elementary children. All right, so when you come in, say hello, let me know that you're here, and begin to communicate with me. This is a real exciting opportunity for me to share with you a very loved and tried curriculum I used years and years ago, and it's been quite a few years. And then I realized I no longer had the resource. So recently I repurchased a second copy of it to do with my fourth child, who's going to fifth grade. So I'm really excited to share with you about that. Hello, Kelly and Vanessa and Elizabeth. Nice to have you here. Grammar curriculum for my 8-year-old will be awesome. Yes, so let me talk to you a little bit about the grammar aspects of the Charlotte Mason philosophy so that you understand how and why you should be implementing this, and basically when. So Charlotte Mason really wanted grammar to be very natural for a child. And I absolutely love that aspect because, grammar has not always been easy for a lot of children. What I love is that she really makes it easy that oral narration gently moves into written narration around the age of 10. And it was around that time, 9 and 10, that you would want to start sharing grammar with your children so that they are prepared for the writing that comes with written narration. So 8, 9, 10 is around the age that you're going to want to start using this curriculum. Now, before I show it to you, I want to also say that, younger children will grasp what's being taught inside the home if they're privy to the teaching that's going around it. So don't shy your younger kids away from hearing it and learning it, but it's not necessary to implement with them. Now, when your children are older, let's say middle school and high school, you want to become more aware of helping them implement important aspects to improve on their writing skills. But that is not this. This is giving them the natural understanding of what it is that they're doing. So let's get started. This is, sorry for the sunlight, Simply Grammar. It's let's see, what does it say? It's an illustrated primer, and it's from Karen Andriella. It's actually a reprint of First Grammar Lessons by Charlotte Mason. And so this is actually Charlotte Mason's lessons that have been reprinted by Karen Andriella, and has put some illustrations in there as well. All right, so I am going to, let me put the name on here, Simply Grammar by Karen Andriella. Let me make sure I spelled that wrong. Right, yes. And then it was originally by Charlotte Mason. And that's what I love about this book. So if you're trying to implement this, you definitely want to use her resource. Oral narration just prepared for our first homeschool year. That's awesome. Okay, so let me show you some peeks into this. So you talk about natural. You literally have your script put in here, right? So this is how lesson one goes. Words put together so as to make sense form what is called a sentence. You're just reading this to your children and getting them to understand it. Barley, oats, chairs, really good, and cherry is not a sentence because it makes no sense or nonsense. Tom has said his lessons is a sentence. It is a sentence because it tells us something about Tom. So it's a natural way of reading and giving your children an understanding about it. And here's what I love. Once you go through that lesson of kind of like giving them a foundation, now they have exercises, right? And in these exercises, look at the picture on page 2, which is back here. This is page 2. And I wish it were together. That's my only issue with this book. And put the first part to blank cut her hair. And a child is now learning how to put a noun into a sentence by looking at the picture and saying, the girl cut her hair. And now you use your imagination and put the first part to blank has a long name. Blank is broken. Blank cannot do his math. Blank played for an hour. So a children is now doing oral exercises. This is not necessary to do on a piece of paper. This is something that you can quickly get done in just literally a matter of a few minutes with your children. And as you can see, there are 6 things. And when you get to the end, it says write 2 sentences from number 5. One is which you supply the subject, and one in which you supply what you had to say about that subject. And that is how verbs are being taught. And so that is one lesson. You have the instructions and the exercise, most of which is oral, and then you introduce your children to simple sentence structure. So because our son is moving into 5th grade, he is 10, we are getting into the written aspects this year. And this is the resource we're going to use. So every lesson is short. I mean, if you take any longer than 10 minutes on this, it's not necessary. And then let's see here. Table of content. I didn't look at that yet. So there are different sections. I want to show you that. I'm trying to find where it is. I should have bookmarked it. Right here. So there's 4 parts to the book, as you can see, and each part adds more to the understanding of what structure is. So in part 4, you can see that the sentence structure gets more challenging as you get through the book. And all the pictures are beautiful. The stories are wholesome. The things that children will be doing is very lovely. So it's something that you won't have to worry about, making sure that everything is done for your children's character and conduct. Charlotte Mason already made that important. So this is a simple, easy to do book that you do not have to write in. It is non-consumable, which means you can use it again and again. So if you have multiple children, this is wonderful. Younger children, and I know this for a fact because my 3rd child was going through this without formally, but as just listening, and he would add some things to it as well. So Kelly, did you not see that I posted this on? Let me see if I can just do this. There's the link for it. You can find it on Amazon. I posted it already, and it just looks like it did not, that there was an error on Facebook. So hopefully you got that now. Can you confirm, Kelly, that you got the link? I'll update the video as well and add it to it. But this is a wonderful, wonderful thing to just having the peace of mind and adding grammar to your children. If you're trying to truly embrace the Charlotte Mason method, this is the best way to do it. And again, the best way is when you're working on instructing your children in writing, when you're moving them from oral narration into written narration, which is around age 10 for Charlotte Masoners. Again, you can do that a little before that. If you want them to do better with their written narration, you might be able to do around 9, 8 for a child who might be a little more gifted in that way. So that's wonderful. I'm glad you were able to get that. Thank you for sharing that with me, Kelly. But this, I cannot remember. It's a very reasonable price. Again, it's non-consumable, so you don't want to have your children write in it. The blanks are where they're instructing them of what to put in there. And it's 100% an oral exercise, should be able to be done in 10 minutes. The further you get into the book, it might take a little bit longer because the lesson content is a little longer, but at the very beginning, it should take 5 to 10 minutes for sure. So it's really wonderful. So Megan, I think I just answered that question. It is definitely geared towards that transition around age 10, where you're moving your children from oral narration into written narration. This is teaching them sentence structure and how to write. The assignments, the exercises are very simple. So when a child is first learning to write, you want to make it simple so they can build their confidence and their skill in it. So orally is, I would say, 8 being the youngest. 9 being a perfect opportunity, but definitely by 10, you need to be in this by 5th grade. And then also, your younger kids can definitely be doing this orally, those who are intrigued and interested in doing it, but it's not something that should be forced on younger kids. So I hope that answers your question. Next week on the next curriculum chat, I'm going to be teaching you about another one that tends to be about writing, and it will bridge something that you would do beyond this, right? So this is the first step, and then I'm going to give you the second step that will help you through like middle school. I would say probably more like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade before you want to really get into what I would recommend is IAW once you get into high school for sure. And so I'm real excited about it. It's 100% Charlotte Mason. You're going to really want to show up for next week's curriculum chat as well. All right, if you have yet to join my subscriber, I really want to encourage you to do so, because each week I send out an email, well, almost each week, I send out an email to my subscribers that give a little more detail about the Charlotte Mason way you won't hear on my show or on my blog. And this is something that you don't want to miss. That were really good tips and encouragement to keep you going along the way as a Charlotte Mason mama. So to do so, I encourage you to go to the charlottemasonway.com, and on the homepage, there's an opportunity to join on my newsletter. So I really recommend that you do that. I look forward to encouraging you and motivating you along the way as all the homeschoolers all around the world is getting ready to start a fresh year, some already doing so. It's going to be really exciting. And as long as you do your part as a Charlotte Mason mama who is both mother and teacher, you're going to equip your children in a wonderful way, really doing a great part to move towards your best year ever. So I hope this curriculum chat has been helping you. You can find more on the Charlotte Mason way. If you search curriculum chats, it'll come up for you. There's quite a few there from last year as well. So you want to go through if you're looking for curriculum still. Lots of great resources that will just help you narrow down your decisions. And a lot of them are non-consumable, meaning you can use them time and time again with all of your children. All right, you all, thank you for joining. Thank you for interacting. Be sure to share this with those that you think might be beneficial. Until next time, bye for now.